Good morning, good morning, good morning. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning, good morning. Sorry, I was just trying to do something clever and of course it's not working. Of course it's not working. There we go, never mind. Right, let's just get rid of that and let's start the class. Good morning, everybody. Not too bad this morning. Actually managed to start my class just about on time. Good morning, Jules. Are you joining the class this morning? You probably need a bit of community spirit. I think it's all been a bit of a funny old week, hasn't it? Right, let's have our lovely morning Qigong class then. It's another gorgeous day. Here we go into the summer. So let me just get that like that. Sorry, I'm having a bit of a technical nightmare. There we go. This is what happens when I try and broadcast it on Facebook at the same time. It doesn't work. Of course it doesn't. Never mind. Right, here we are. Welcome, welcome everybody. Welcome to Saturday morning Qigong. Remember, this class is all about life force practice, getting ourselves strong, getting ourselves centered in our dantian, getting ourselves grounded, building our energetic reserves, working on our spirits, working on our the three treasures, which is blood, chi, and spirit, all of which you engage with the breath. The breath manages all of those. It strengthens the blood with oxygen, it develops the spirit with intention, and it develops the chi. Breath is the number one contributing factor to the energy of the body. Not food, not supplements, although food and supplements are of course an integrated approach to looking after your health. You need to make sure that you're looking after everything, but the bit that we're normally forgetting is the breath. So have a nice open window, breathe in, breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in. And now just give yourselves a shake. Let's get our energies down, stamp your feet as part of your shaking. Let's get ourselves grounded and centered. Just get that masculine energy moving down. And then get that moving around the middle. The legs, just getting that vibration in. When we're doing Qigong, we're using stretching, breath, vibration, intention, higher self, higher spirits, knowledge. Knowledge is power. That's what we're looking to do. The trick of life is to gain wisdom. Wisdom in all things. Because that's what we take with us when we finish those smiling breaths. Sorry, the healing sounds, we take it up when we tap. That's the practice, that's the exit of the soul. And when we leave, we take wisdom. That's the vibration that we take with us, that's the eternity, as we raise the vibrations of our spirits. So we work on our spirits with the body and the breath, and in so doing, we strengthen our body at the same time to house our spirit. That's the concept. So, thank you, Yasmin. And just to say, Yasmin put a lovely post up on Mango yesterday. So thank you for that. It was such a kind thing to do, to talk about how the fact that this Qigong has changed her lockdown. Yay! I'm so glad. And hopefully it's changing all of yours too, because it's certainly changed mine. So life will never go back to being the same again, I don't think. Anyway, let's grab your tapper. Tap, tap, tap. If you don't have one, that's absolutely fine. You use a loosely clenched fist. Okay, what we're doing is we're adding to the shaking this vibration. We're vibrating by tapping the cells. Breathe. We're working deep into the bones. You get the same benefit with your hands. It is easier with the sticks because you can reach further and they vibrate in a slightly different way, but it's absolutely fine to use your hands. I did for a long time whilst I was getting this product right. It wasn't right for ages. It took 2 years to get this sorted. Tap, 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 tapping. If you don't have time for your Qigong class, if there's a day when you think, I just haven't got time, and I get that, I understand that, just grab your tapper. Do this bit, okay, just this bit. This bit will really help you. And also have a tapper, have it by your desk. My desk is downstairs, so I take this down with me in the day, and I have it at my desk. I just give myself a good tap and breathe. That's the idea of the Hey You method, that it was just these simple steps that you can do in like 1 minute, little snippets of time. So we dedicate like 45 minutes now to this practice, which is so good for us. But there are days when we can't. So just tap if that's the day. Okay, and if you don't have a tapper to hand, just use your hand, that's fine. But tap, it's really good for the circulation, it's good for the immune cells, good for the blood, gets the oxygen where it needs to go. Dislodges anything, so like here I've got this elbow pain. If I just tap there, I can feel it going, oh, it feels good. And it makes you want to breathe. Often when you hit the spot, your body immediately wants to take a breath. Tap, tap, tap. Also, just to say, if anybody's interested, because I know I say every single day about adding the 12 rivers to this set, because this is the basics, okay? And this is really good, and as you can comment, you're getting amazing benefits from doing these exercises every single day. I mean, massive, massive, massive. But there is the next step along, and along and along, and it's a system, it's an integrated approach, okay? It's not just kind of like do this and then that's kind of it, and then off you go to something else. There's the next step. So the next step after this, you do the 12 rivers, and the next step after that, something called heaven and earth, and then we go into more of the power Qigong stuff after that. So there's all sorts of interesting things coming, which we're going to be bringing out in a couple of weeks. Very exciting. But in the meantime, we are doing a competition for you and a friend to win a place on Aaron's course on the 12 rivers. So that's up on the grid at the moment. We're just marking silence on my grid for a couple of days. So that's the last post that's there, and it's going to stay there as the last post for until at least Monday. Smile, tap. This is such a good exercise. If you're using your hands, tap like this. Tap down the outside and up the inside of your legs. Tap the soft joints. And the feet and the ankles. Tap down the sides of your legs. We linger on tapping. It's so good for you. Even my father, who's not exactly the kind of person who's going to embrace Chinese medicine self-care that quickly, let me say, but he has discovered that tapping definitely helps to walk his dog, play more bridge, and have more cake. Without having to have too much problems. So he has decided that it's worth his while doing it. So therefore he is now a tapping converter. So where he used to sort of tap sort of half-heartedly for about a minute, and then even with that rather pathetic attempt, it still managed to do the trick. So he now does 5 minutes a day. Arthur Ferryman. Well done, Dad. You can't believe it. It's really good, that thing, he said. That stick thing you sell, dear. He goes. He's delighted. He said, I can play bridge for so much longer. My hip used to hurt. Now it doesn't, he says. Bless his heart. The dad tap. I'll put him up on Father's Day, shall I? We've seen a lot about Mr. Bruno. We haven't seen Mr. Ferryman, have we? I'll get my dad out. Social distance, of course, but he's staying here. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. So good for you. And breathe. You're using your hands on your back. This spot here, this is actually almost better with your hand than it is with the tapper, actually. There. Oh, it's a really good confluent point. And on the other side too. If you're using the tapper, just go all over your back, but you can't reach your whole back with your hand. It's one of the advantages of the tapper. There. So if you get back pain and you haven't got a tapper to hand, that is the spot. Hit, hit, hit. It's so good. And then just take it over your head. Tap, 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 tap. And then we just twist and smile. And breathe. And I know in this class we're about to go into the healing sounds, but I just wanted to say how important it is, we think about everything that's going on at the moment. I'm sort of trying to work out like what our expression is of how we're feeling about it. And that's why we put the post up on Hey You about higher self and compassion. So really the idea of this class is to focus on your inner world, which is really what we're attending to in this class. It's me giving you the opportunity to just know what this amazing wisdom is that I've learned that's helped substantially my inner world. And each of the organs, as you know, is responsible for your life, and that your body is the house of the spirit, okay? The body will be shed like a snakeskin at the end of your life, and the spirit is eternal, and that is the theory behind it. So it's in our interest to work on our spirit whilst we are in body, okay? It doesn't mean you can't enjoy yourself, but it just means that that mustn't be forgotten about. So when we're in these times, it's about looking at the higher self to work out how to navigate these things. And what's quite clearly going on at the moment with everything out there is that the impact on our inner world is to focus very much on our higher selves to ensure that they are speaking clearly to us. And the higher self, as we know, because we go through it with the healing sounds, is compassion, wisdom, trust, universal love, letting go, and the path of righteousness. Okay? Sorry, gratitude, not letting go. Letting go is the lower aspects. Gratitude and the path of righteousness. And the path of righteousness is, without question, what's going on right now. It's about us navigating as individuals and humans what to do with the changing circumstances, how to get rid of old systems which don't work, they don't serve us as humanity. And there's big changes going on as a result of that. But if as individuals we stick to our high principles of our higher selves, it gives us the opportunity to navigate in truth and in love, which is why I like talking about it each day, because I find it really helpful. So I'm very glad that you do. The tappers from Hey You Method, which is my brand. So at the Hey You Method. I'm not sure if Jules is there or not. She was. I think she might have gone. Is the information about this someone that's like, yeah, well, I don't think it's on the website, no, but it's in all the fact sheets, and it's also, oh, thank you, Penny, thank you, Colga. Well, I hope so. I mean, it's difficult to quite know where to stand in terms of wanting to say the right thing or do the right thing. And then I thought, you know what, I'm not going to say or do anything. I'm just going to be what I know to be true to the heart of this brand. And this brand is about human beings. This brand is about love. And this brand is about wisdom. And it's about helping people. And yes, there are products. There are. Of course there are. But I give everything away for free as much as I possibly can. And that's kind of where we are. So that's why I wanted to talk really and get everyone focused on inner world, because inner world is what ultimately is going to make these it's going to help us navigate peacefully, and it's going to change the world at the same time. So inner and outer. But I can't really talk about outer world because I'm not really versed enough to do so. But inner world, I'm definitely on home turf. So let me talk about what I know to be true. So let's tap our lungs. We're going to go courage, gratitude, white, smiling energy, Mona Lisa smile into our lungs. Breathe in. They're linked in this bio, Kathy. Go to the link in bio, that they're all there. And if you can't find them, just DM us and we'll help you. Go to your heart. This is universal love. Love for yourself, love for everyone around you, love for each other. But let's get love for yourself sorted first, okay? And love for the community, and then the extended. It starts like that, like that, like that. But you can't love unconditionally if you're broken inside. We have to fix the inner world as well. Now I'm going to do like this so you can't see. Go to your left-hand side, your left. This is the spleen. And we're going to think trust and yellow and tap And regulars, could you help me with these questions? Because I won't get through everything. Oh, I'm glad you like the bath salts. I'm so thrilled. And all the fact sheets linked in the bio. If you can't find them for whatever reason, direct message. I've now got... Nina has now come back. She's got a little baby, so she's working funny old hours, but that's okay. We like accommodating people with their lives. So she is going to be answering the direct messages. So if there's ever any problems now, and she's now going to backtrack over the last 6 weeks as well, because there's been a bit erratic trying to make sure that we've answered everybody. So that's that. Keep tapping, please, on your spleen on the left. Keep tapping, guys. Keep going. War. Hay fever. There was a post on hay fever with me wearing a ridiculous outfit. Like it's like 2 posts ago. It explains about hay fever and explains what to do. Okay, so that's that one answered for you. War. I'm so glad you're loving the products. War. Go to your right hand side. Your right hand side. Oh, sorry, I need to tell you what it is. Liver, green, kindness and compassion and benevolence, okay? The highest attributes of the human soul, compassion, sits in your liver. We need to look after it. Your right-hand side, drum. If you've had lots of chest surgery, light, or lie down, don't tap at all, just breathe and do the vibrations. Okay, these are the probiotics. The weaker the body, the more extensive the sort of medical interference that we've had, the more gentle we have to go. This technique, keep going, guys, is nurture life. It's literally like a garden inside. So imagine that your body's just like not that great if you're not feeling well as a garden. It needs a lot of TLC. Okay, it needs a lot of attention. We could go gently. You can't just do a bulldozer in there. You could go gently and softly and take your time. And it's okay. It's a process. As Lao Tzu says, it's the process of 10,000 steps. Miles starts with a single step. Okay. You get bruises from body coming, go gently. It just probably means you've got lots of damp and lots of stuff to come out. Now go to your kidneys, which are here. Kidneys, think black, think wisdom, the meaning of life. Yawning is normal. That's the body of healing. Honestly, feeling ill, feeling cold, feeling tired, having a personal needing to sleep. I've literally been through all of these symptoms myself, leading the class, and I thought I was already kind of like over the other side, and then whoa, a whole deeper load of stuff kind of just came in, all to do with this stuff down here from all these C-sections, which was kind of stuff I genuinely thought was impossible. It was like resurrected tissue. But anyway. Gua sha away from the heart. Rub up and down the sides of the body. We're going to go think love again, universal love and joy and red and love again. Right. Where's my crystal? My rose quartz have gone walking. Someone's wipe my rose quartz. Honestly, this is what happens when you have daughters. So it doesn't matter. I'm going back to jade. So just use, if you've got a crystal, put it on your eyes. If not, don't worry. Use the 2 fingers and just gently circle. And then I will talk to you about bruising, okay, in a second. Tap. This is where the soul exits the body. Breathe. Breathe. Check into your inner world. Breathe. Smile down in the lower abdomen. This is our meditation. Now have that lovely, peaceful feeling. This is the feeling of, this is living in the state of grace. This is when the spirit is aligned and harmonious with the higher self of the body, aligned to the pure vibration of the universal energy. That's the feeling. This is the feeling that we want to stay like this, in theory, all the time. Okay, this is the idea. Now, of course, life is going to pull that away with the energies of the yin yang and the 5 elements and the what's going on in the world around us, the planets. Everything will have impact on our organs, on our bodies, and it will pull us away. But those practices get you back in center. And then the idea is it's spiritual practice. You practice it against adversity. The more adversity, the deeper the practice, the harder the journey, yet the greater the reward. That's the idea, okay? So let's just go into the twisting now, and I will talk to you about combing and bruising, okay? So have your hands on your waist, have your feet shoulder width apart. You go into your inner world now, half close your eyes. Remember the tortoise gaze, okay, like that, half closed. All of these pictures, we put them up onto the histories. They're there to show you. So basically, you're just going to go in and breathe and enjoy this stretch. Breathe. I'm going to talk to you in a second. Let's just start. Breathe. Stretch. Stretch and twist and breathe. Oh, I've forgotten the laughter, haven't I? Hang on, let's do it this way around. Doesn't matter. Oh my God, how have I forgotten the laughter? It doesn't matter, guys. We'll do it a different way around today, okay? We'll rock it. We'll do this, then we'll laugh, and then we'll do the deep breath one, okay? We'll do it different order. Gosh, how could I forget the signature move? Don't worry, we haven't forgotten. Right, it's because I want to tell you about combing and I was trying to work out when to do it. So bruising, okay? Let me just talk to you about bruising. Bruising is part of gua sha, okay? Gua sha means press stroke rash, okay? And I basically say press stroke flush when people join because I think the word rash kind of sounds disgusting and people go, oh my God, I don't want to do that. But the point is that what you're doing is engaging with the microcirculation. And when you gua sha the body, you are basically, by applying pressure of the rounded edged implement, you are literally bursting the very, very tip of the very top capillary in the microcirculation just under your skin. Okay, that's what you're doing. And then the body releases an enzyme called HO1 to reabsorb that burst capillary tip, one cell, back into the body. Okay, and that is what then basically improves immunity, decreases inflammation, and aids pain because it allows the circulation to move freely. That's why it works. So you want the rash. And I know people go, oh my God, right now, some body types don't rash. Some skin colours don't rash, okay? Darker toned skins don't rash as much as paler toned skins. So people with extremely fair skin tend to rash more easily than people with darker skin tones, just because of the way that the pigmentation is on the cells, okay? And then what happens is the spleen is responsible for bruising, okay? So if you're a very spleeny person, like I am, I've got a very heavy spleen energy, and everyone's got different energies, and there's no right or wrong, there just is, okay? So if you're a very spleeny person like me, so, tend to put weight on easily, tend to get worried a lot, tend to sort of go around in circles a bit, slightly yellow skin tone. That's kind of a spleeny-based person, and they tend to rash up more easily than others. It doesn't mean it's more powerful. It doesn't mean it's working any better. It just means their rash comes up more quickly, and they bruise more easily generally. So if you just bashed yourself against a door, if you're a very spleeny person, you're likely to bruise. Okay, that doesn't matter. It's not a bad thing. It just is. Okay, so right. There we go. And the thing about gua sha is everybody has got a different kind of point. Now, I tend to go very hard on everything. I hit myself hard with pai sha. I gua sha quite vigorously. I do everything. It's my nature. I'm I've got a lot of horse element in my chart. So I'm quite like, come on, let's do it. Whereas Katie Blake, the skin whisperer, she's much softer when she does it. If you watch her tutorials, she's much, much more gentle than me. So, it just comes down to how you like to do it for yourself. But the trick that I always say to people is just start gently, start with a jam jar lid, start with something free so you've got the hang of it, or a Chinese soup spoon so you can just sort of see, and then you can move on to buying something if you want to and using a crystal or body restorer once you've got the hang of it and you know what your tipping point is. Therefore, if you're trying, say, for example, using the comb and you're coming out and bruising on your legs, it's probably because there's a lot of toxicity in the channels, because remember you've got channels going all the way down and up the legs, and there's a lot to come out, okay? And it might be that you're quite a spleeny person, so if you are a bit cellulite down there, you probably are, like I am, it's probably because the spleen is a little bit imbalanced, and there's probably a load of life that's gone down there, a lot of dieting, a lot of the wrong eating, a lot of the stuff and emotions that we all go through. And we're given very bad advice in our culture, especially when it comes to weight loss, which is just a disaster zone. And a lot of it just ends up in the channels because the body puts it there. The body will put things into the channels that it doesn't want in the torso. Remember, this is mission control here. Everything going on here is essential to life. Everything on the everything else is just like, yeah, whatever. The body doesn't care. It does. It wants you healthy, but it will sacrifice. So that's why, okay? So which T for the spleen? Right, okay, let me do the laughter and then we'll have a think about that, okay? So that was just a little bit of a thing about the combing. So remember, when you're combing, you want to go down the outside, up the inside, okay? And it really works. Oh my God. And then like down the sides of the body, down here. I do this every morning, and then I do this, okay? Because these channels go up and these channels go down, okay? It's quite simple, but that's really, really how it works, okay? So, right, let's now, gosh, heaven forbid, I forgot the laughter. I'm so sorry, but never mind, we're doing it a different way this morning. So we're going to do laughter and then we're going to do the big breathing and then we're going to move it all around, okay? So ready and oh, I got lipstick on my teeth. Cal, thank you for answering the question. I'm very grateful to early adopters who now really know everything to basically answer these questions on my behalf, because otherwise I'll never get through the class. No, started streaming, that's good. That's lung chi coming out too. If the nose is running or you get sneezy coldy easily, strengthen the lungs, do the tapping, okay? No, don't gua sha on eczema. Fidel, good question. Little monkey went downstairs. I had to go downstairs to get the other phone because I was supposed to be doing this on Facebook this morning, but I'm so incompetent that I tried to do it. That's what I was doing at the beginning of the lesson, trying to work out how to get the camera the other way around. And of course, I failed miserably. So fiddling about, and Fidel went down and wanted his breakfast, and the kids were all eating their breakfast downstairs. So funnily enough, he stayed down there, honestly. Oh my goodness me, right. So now we've got that lovely joyous, that energy, that really powerful vibration. So if you think of the body like water, and you go to, like, say, a little river or brook, like there's one near where I live where we walk the dogs, and sometimes the river gets really bubbly and it's literally going, it literally babbles, okay? That babbling, that's the word, the babbling energy of the river. You can see how engaged the water is and how lifeful forceful it is. That's what we want in the body. When we're talking about chi in the body, we talk about rivers, okay? They're called the rivers. And that's why the next stage from this class is the 12 rivers, because 12 organs each have a river going all over the body. And what we're doing with these exercises is we're just kind of tickling it and nurturing it and bringing it to life. And it feels lively, doesn't it? It feels nice. And it's all feeling kind of like, well, whooshy, whooshy, whooshy. So that's really lovely. So now that we've actually done the other twisting exercise, that's absolutely fine. We're going to do it this way, which is stand with your feet together. And we're going to lift the sky. Now, tortoise gaze again. Remember, you're breathing down into the lower belly. Lift. Breathe in. And down. Breathe out. And lift. And down. And lift. And down. And lift. And down. And lift. And down. And down. And reverse, lift. And down. And lift. And down. And lift. And down. And lift. And down. And then put your feet shoulder width apart. Rise up, lift, pull in, push down. Doing this. Push, pull, lift. Now stand. When I say open, open your hands. Breathe in and in and in and in. Ready, open, breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. I bathed my feet last night before bed. Oh, slept so well. It's weirdly, it's almost better than having a bath, weirdly. I mean, I love a bath, but it was so weird. It was amazing. It just takes everything down. That exercise is really good. Lady that was wondering how long it will take to kind of learn everything, just use the class. The thing is, the class is a community, so we're here to help you, and if you want to engage in the class, then do it. And if not, once you've learnt the moves, there's lots of people that have learnt the moves and just gone on and just go and do them themselves, which is absolutely fine. The idea of this knowledge is for me to impart it to you, for you to know it, and then for you guys in turn, hopefully, to kind of like play it forward to other people, because that's how we get it back out there, because so much of this stuff has been lost, which is why we give it freely given. Thank you, Yaz. Jasmine, that's really kind of you. Thank you, everybody. Right, okay, sorry, I'm now going like that, saying thank you. Right, let's do our swimming dragons. So, swim slowly, pull in your tummy. Allow, this is a beautifully watery exercise to just work across every organ. At this level here, you're massaging the abdominal cavity. Breathe. Breathe. Smile, breathe into your lower belly, feel the seat of your own power. Breathe. Allow this lovely movement to flow now. At this height, it's getting the bottom of the ribs, just working on the back, on the nervous system, on the upper shoulders now. This is a very good self-massage technique. I know in lockdown it's difficult. We can't get out, we can't have treatments. Not that we have that many anyway, but on the ones that we get are so lovely. And now you have to work it out, and this is why these self-treatments are so useful. There at the top of the shoulders, and then up, and then down. Breathe, and really swim. Really imagine yourself like a dragon swimming through currents. A big, strong, muscular body full of divinity and fun and excitement and happiness, but also coming down to the ground to be grounded and centered and nourished. The combination of heaven and earth. Mankind is the bridge between the two. We're the only creature with consciousness at this stage to be developed, perfected, harmonized. And these are the exercises that give you the opportunity even just to think about that. Even if we're not actually getting anywhere further than that, that's okay. Just knowing it's possible is a start. It's practice. Qigong practice. Qigong is practice. Qigong means practice. That's the word, gong. It means practice. Life force practice. Breathe. Enjoy the peace that these exercises give us. They work on our spirits, they work on our souls, they work on our bodies there. And now, take something in your hands if you have it. Honestly, who's taken my rose quartz? Honestly, my daughters are shocking. Right, so just take a crystal or a trilly pot or a sock Stand with your feet in horse stance. We're going to do a nice long sequence of this today. Why not? And smile. Breathe down into the lower belly. Feel your seat of power. Stretch, smile, luxuriate in these moves. They're so healing to the body and feel so good. Just really stretch. Breathe. Oh, what a lovely feeling. Oh, I love that exercise. It's so nice. Right. And that just leaves us now to finish up using our tapper. Use your hands. If you don't have one, that's fine. If you do, just means that you can just reach further at the same time. Thank you all for joining this lovely class. Hopefully I've answered some of the questions. Hay fever, I know, is a big one at the moment. Just to recap over that, we did a post about it a couple of days ago, on Monday in fact. Yeah, John Monroe, this is his book. That's a really good book, Walking the Chi. That's the master who we work into, who's amazing. His classes are amazing, of course. Aaron is doing the 12 Rivers every single week. There's a competition to win a place. But do follow him. I think he's doing a live feed after this, actually. And he does extra sessions for those of you that have done your 12 Rivers. He's doing extra kind of group sessions for those as well, so you can group practice, because it is nice. Tapper good for head lice. Ooh. Now that I don't know. I wouldn't know. I don't know what I haven't actually ever I've never thought about that one. Thank you for asking. I will find out. I'll ask the master. I doubt it, but I'll find out what they did do. They would have done something. Interesting. Okay. So, tried to 20 years ago. Reminder, have fabulous. Yay, I'm so pleased. So hay fever, basically, it's an illness that's actually largely because the body's overstressed. The body has too much histamine in it, too much inflammation. And as a result of that, when the pollen goes in and the body breathes in yet more histamine and inflammation, it goes completely berserk. That's basically what's going on. The body's trying to get it all out. So you've actually got to get the body calmed down. You've got to get the stress out of the body. So you've got to do Qigong, meditation. You've got to take all the histamine out of the diet. Okay, follow that plan that I was talking about, taking all the histamine out of that one. It's a really good plan. If that's too strict, just follow a low histamine diet. Really, like lots of turmeric. Make sure that you're really keeping your digestive system strong. Do Qigong to kind of get everything balanced. Look at the liver fact sheet, look at the spleen fact sheet, and then look at the lung fact sheet. It's actually a deeper problem manifesting in the lungs. okay, and then coming out via the face. So you've got to get that stress under control inside the body. That's what the problem is, okay? So very, very interesting hay fever. So I'm so excited about anyone who's coming on to do the 12 rivers. It's the best thing to do once you finish this class is to now go on and do those 12 movements on top of what I've just done with you, because then you've done your hour, then you are good to go. But there is some quite exciting stuff happening in our little Qigong empire. Well, me and Aaron. But there's some very exciting things coming. So just to say, watch this space. There's some interesting stuff coming our way in a very short period of time. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Jasmine, for joining as well, and Jasmine's mum, and now your auntie by the looks of it. Thank you, everybody who's joining Aaron on Monday as well. Welcome to the class. I will be doing meditation at lunchtime. Do listen to Jasmine's singing bowls before. I don't think we're doing them live today, but they're normally on your feed, and they're beautiful. And it's a very good way to sort of intro yourself into the singing, the meditation that I do. So that will be at 1:30, don't forget. And still waiting for your body restorer. Has been that right? Bubbles, have you talked to Fleur? Because we're very hot on our customer service, so we're not happy that's been so long. So please make sure you send info at Hey You Method, and she will have a look at that for you and make sure that that's sorted out. Thank you all so much for joining, and I will see you at lunchtime.